Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to make another art journal layout. So even though this is not one of my favorite layouts, I still decided to show you how it turned out. I said before, art journal is very personal, but this one is not the prettiest one, but I wanted to show you how it turned out anyways. And you give me your opinion, what do you think about it? So right now I'm just like cutting pieces of the music notes from the tissue paper from Tim Holtz, and I'm just using like little pieces to give like some texture on the background. I don't really want to cover the whole page, so that's why I just place pieces there, and I'm gonna make some stamping later on. I'm using gel medium to glue it down. Right now I'm using like gesso, acrylic gesso, just to give it a wash, and I'm like spraying a little bit of water just to make the gesso thinner, and I'm just gonna spread that on the page because the colors of the music notes is too, like the black is too bright, so I just wanted to put on like push a little bit to the back. I'm using gel sticks, Faber-Castell gel sticks. They're not gelatos. Even though they look a lot like gelatos, they are not the same thing. I think like a lot of people have reviews about the difference between them, but I don't really know the difference. I just find they work the same way. Of course, like they say the gelatos one is for artists and the gel sticks is for kids because it doesn't have like durability and the quality are not the same, but I don't know. I just gonna mix two colors together, and I don't think it was like the right choice, but once I put it down I had no way to erase it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to make this work with these two colors. So I'm using blue and orange. Now I'm putting down the orange one, and it's gonna be too bright, but I didn't know that when I was like painting my page. I could use the baby wipe, it would give like a lot lighter color, but I didn't think about it because I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna turn out good, but it didn't. It was just too bright, and you're gonna see what I'm doing. Like I just, after I like mix the two colors together, it's gonna be like the orange is gonna be too bright. So what I did, I just put like gesso on top of it, and I just sprayed water, and then I made the color looks like pale, and it was not as bright as it is right now. And just to let you know, this art journal, this page is very simple. It's not with a lot of details, and it's not a lot of things. It's not hard to do. I just hope that you select like better combination of color than I did. So now you can see that it has like, is a lot like faded now, is because I used gesso with water on top of it, and now I'm just using my heat tool to dry the page. And then I put a little bit more of blue because it was too faded, and the orange is still like more vibrant than the blue. I put a little bit more of color, and again, I'm so sorry that my camera keeps losing focus. And right now I just diluted a little bit of gesso with water, and I'm just giving like white splashes because the page is too dark. And the other thing I used was Manila Ranger Manila tags. This is the giant one. I think it's discontinued. So I don't think you can find the tag, but not the same size. The most part of the stuff that I buy on my Tuesday morning, and you know, Tuesday morning they sell stuff that is a lot of time is not on, like you cannot really find it anywhere else anymore. So I couldn't find it, and my first thought was to do some like silver for my boombox, and you saw I draw that. I'm not good at it. Got some examples from the internet, and I was like trying to do whatever I could to draw a good boombox. It's not the best one, but it did the work. It did the job. And I tried silver, but I didn't have the acrylic paint that I got is horrible. I have that on the description below, but I don't recommend you to buy that one because it's not good. So I had to go with the this color that's not my favorite, from, but it's metallic, and it's from Tattered Angel, I believe. I don't really know the name right now, but I will have it in the description below. But it's probably discontinued as well because I got that Tuesday morning. So I just sprayed the whole page, the whole tag with that, and then I just use my heat tool to dry the page. And even though you cannot really see it, I can see the lines still. So I use my chalk marker, permanent black chalk marker, and I just draw the lines again with the marker. So now I'm just cutting, and I'm gonna do my best to make that look like a boombox, but you'll see later on it's not the bad, like it's not too bad, but it's not exactly a prettier. And I'm sorry for my head on the way. It's hard to record it. I don't really, my camera doesn't have like a screen but I can look at it, so I don't really know when my head is on the way. So I'm so sorry, I apologize for that. And right now I'm just like trying to place the boombox on a page where you're gonna be like the focal point. It is not gonna be messy. So now I'm just like making a crease there to go on the spine of the page of the book. And I'm not gonna cut it, it's gonna stay like that, but since it has a crease I can glue it just fine, and I'm not gonna have any issue to close the book. And since I was like, this is gonna be too empty, I decided, okay, why don't I do like a mixtape? So I don't really know, I'm not 100% sure that's the name, but it's like an old tape that you used to listen on the boombox. The thing that I was saying with the paint, the acrylic paint that I bought, is not good. I don't know if it was because I didn't know what I was doing. I tried to make like metallic, it was silver, pure silver, but I didn't like it. It didn't turn out pretty. So but you can see there it looked decent, but not as pretty as I wanted. So I just cover with, again, with my black chalk marker. Is a permanent marker, and I'm just covering like the sides so it doesn't look like, it doesn't have like white edges. So I open like a little slip there, I cut it, and now I can fit that little mixing tape there. And I'm thinking, this mixing tape is gonna cover the buttons on the boombox. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just place the boombox first and then I'll think about it later. So to place it on the page, I just use my gel medium again. And gel medium, let me tell you, is very strong. Even though the Manila tag the paper is thick, gel medium works fine. It's just glued just fine. And just to let you know that the mixing tape is there, but it's not glued down yet. I'm just gonna glue it down in the very end with foam tape to give a little bit more of dimension. Right now I'm using like a stamp with music notes. I think this stamp is also discontinued. So it have some letters there, some writing, but that's for Christmas. I'm just using my white big brush marker and just painting where I want the stamp to come up. I decided to go with white again just because I wanted to light up the page a little bit. And for these letters, I really forgot, and I don't have the tag anymore, or the package where it came and where did I buy that? I don't know. But you can use any letters. You don't have to use that one specifically. So I'm using that one, the white, but later you're gonna see that I paint it with my chalk marker. I'll paint it as with black because white was like too faded. It didn't suit the page very well, so I use black just for that one, the small letters. And the bigger one is also discontinued. I bought a Tuesday morning as well, but you can use any letter. You don't have to use that one. Don't be limited to what I'm using here. You can use whatever you want. Before I start my crafting stash, I had nothing, and I used to do everything by hand. Even cutting letters, I used to cut it by hand. So don't be limited by the stuff that you don't have. Just think outside the box and do it yourself, and try your best to do to do your pages with whatever you have. And I'm just placing my quote, and my quote is, "Where words fell, music speaks." I think it was cute, so I decided to make another journal about that. And again, my head is on the way. I'm sorry about that. And I'm using gel medium again just to make sure my little letters won't go anywhere. And I'm just gluing, passing gel medium on the back of the bigger letters too, so I'm sure that they're not gonna fall. Just decided to go with a black ink. to the boombox speaker, and I have that ink on the description below as well, and this is a permanent ink, very black. That is gel sticks, and I was going with the same color as the boombox, but it was too faded. It was not really doing anything for it, so I just got the brown one, and I'm just putting like shadows and highlights and trying to save my page. Whatever I can do it to save it. And then the last step is to use my big brush markers, and that is the color blue, and I also have that big brush markers on the description below. I using blue just to give like highlights on the side and make the boombox look a little bit more dimensional, and then I'll go with the orange one for the orange part. Now I'm gonna use a little piece of foam tape. It's a double-sided foam tape, and I got that tape on Big Lots. But if you don't have Big Lots or any other foam tape or any other store that you can buy this on where you live, you can order online. I have the link on the description below. It's pretty much it. Now I'm using my white gel pen just to put the date, and you can see the close-up photo in the end of the video. Thank you very much for all your support. Click on the subscribe button below. You hit the little bell symbol. That's gonna tell you every time I upload a video, and see you next time.